Okay, if you run a business, you know that sound. The phone ringing while you're with a client. And by the time you're free, it's a missed call, which is really a missed opportunity. But what if I told you the reason your team can't grab every single call has nothing to do with them? Today, we're going to dig into the real problem, and it's probably not what you think. So let me ask you this. Does your phone ever feel less like an opportunity and more like an enemy? I mean, you want it to ring, of course, but when it does, right in the middle of a rush, it just creates this instant stress. We're going to break down exactly why that feeling is so common and why it's totally valid. Now, what if all that stress could just disappear? Just listen to this from Sarah Chen, who owns Radiance Medical Spa. She said, "We went from missing 15 to 20 calls per week to zero. That's not just an improvement, that's a complete transformation from constant anxiety to total control." So, how on earth is that even possible? To understand how, we first have to look at the anatomy of a missed call. And here's the big insight, the thing you have to get. This is a math problem, not a people problem. This right here lays out the core conflict perfectly. On one side, you have human capacity. Your absolute best employee, right? They can only handle one call at a time. They work an 8-hour day. They need breaks. On the other side, you've got peak demand. You've got multiple calls flooding in at once, especially during that lunch rush. And you've got people trying to get in touch 24/7. It's a fundamental mismatch that even the hardest working person just can't win against. And the consequence of that mismatch is painfully clear. Calls get missed. Eager clients who just want a quick answer get sent to voicemail, and let's be honest, most of them just hang up. That's potential revenue literally walking out your door and dialing your competitor. Every single one of those missed calls has a real cost. And the scale of this problem is often way bigger than we realize. Get this. A staggering 40% of inquiries happen outside of typical business hours. Someone's ready to book with you at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, but you're closed. That is a huge chunk of your potential business that's calling when absolutely no one is there to pick up. So once you see the problem for what it is, a simple math problem, it leads us to this massive reframe, a shift in thinking that changes everything. The goal shouldn't be replacement. It should be protection. And this quote from Jennifer Park, a practice manager, just hits it home perfectly. She says, "Our front desk team can now focus on in-person clients instead of being tied to the phone all day. Game changer." See? The goal isn't to get rid of your amazing team. It's to free them up to do what they do best, taking care of the person standing right in front of them. So here's the crucial takeaway. This is not about replacing people. It's about protecting them from the burnout and the stress of a phone that never stops ringing. It's about giving them a shield so they can do their most important work. Think about what this actually does for your team. It gets rid of a huge source of daily stress. It frees them up to provide a truly premium, focused experience for your in-person clients. They're no longer juggling someone in the chair and a ringing phone. Their attention isn't split, which means the quality of care goes way up, and every client feels like they're the most important person in the room. Okay, so if the goal is protection, how do we actually build that shield? Well, it starts by creating a 24/7 operations team, and we do that by using AI to provide constant, reliable support. The solution is what's called an AI voice agent. Really, it's just a human-sounding AI that is always on 24/7. Its job is simple. Answer every call instantly, book appointments, handle all those common questions about pricing or hours, and make sure that every single lead gets captured, all without you needing to hire more people. And the process is incredibly seamless. A client calls you any time of day or night. The AI agent picks up right away with a totally natural conversational voice. It understands what they need, booking, rescheduling, asking a question, and just handles it. And then, boom, the appointment is confirmed and automatically pops up right on your calendar. No human needed for those routine tasks. This shift takes your business from a state of constant overload to one of constant opportunity. And for a real-world example, you just have to look at Artist Barbershop. Let's break down the incredible impact it had on their business. First, they automated a whopping 90% of their inbound calls. I mean, think about that. 9 out of every 10 calls that used to interrupt their barbers were just handled. It let them focus completely on the clients in their chairs. Now, automating all that work had a direct impact on their bottom line. The barbershop saved over $3,000 a month in staffing costs. That's money that went right back into growing the business. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just about saving money. It was about making more money.
By capturing every single call, especially all those after-hours ones, they saw a 35% jump in their booking rate in the very first month.
And the ultimate result, the big payoff for all of this? A big, beautiful 0. They went to 0 missed calls during their busiest hours. The original problem was completely, totally solved. Every single person who called them got an instant, helpful response. And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Now that you know every call can be answered, what is the real cost of a single missed call? Because it's not just the lost revenue from that one appointment. It's about your reputation, it's about customer trust, and it's about the message you send when you're just unavailable. Something to think about.